Hi everyone, my name is Alex Carlson. I'm an adult services librarian at the Westmont Public Library, and today we're just going to be going over some of the 3D printing basics that we have available at the library. This is going to include some resources that we've used repeatedly with a great amount of success, some repositories for information where you can pull a pre-designed object, and then the direct resources that we have as a staff at the library. So let's just take a look. So on the screen right now, you can see that I am at the website tinkercad.com. It's right here. That's tinkercad.com. And this is a free, very basic computer-assisted design software that's based entirely in the web. So it can work on just about anything. And it's a real easy way to get started. They've got a lot of tutorials under Teach and Learn. They've got a ton of resources right here, and it's a great way to get up and going. CAD programs can be really expensive. The standard AutoCAD can be, hundreds if not thousands of dollars for a license. So this being free does give a little bit of quick entry into it. I'm going to take you through a little bit on here. Click on my next tab, and this is my profile. So you can see actually my recent designs. These are all a variety of different things that I have made throughout my time using Tinkercad, including this one, a dog cookie cutter right here. Pretty neat. Let's take a look at it. I'm going to click Tinker this. What this is going to do is this is going to open up into a 3D plane, which we really can't tell right now, but then if I rotate it, you can see. So as you see right here, Milo, that's actually my dog's name. My dog is Milo, and I put his name on this cookie cutter design. Pretty neat. So what I actually did for this one is I imported this cookie cutter shape of the dog, and then I added the text later by using Tinkercad. Tinkercad is just as easy as taking an object from the right hand side and bringing it in. So now I have technically two objects right there. There's a lot to do in here, and we could spend a whole 20-30 minute video on this, and I have in the in-person library program. But we're going to make this one quick, so I just want you to know that Tinkercad is a great resource and definitely something you check out, and they've got much better tutorials than what I can probably give. But you never know, and you can always ask us about it at the library. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at Lulzbot and the Cura software that we use in the library. So our brand of printer is a Lulzbot Taz, T-A-Z 5. And it really looks a lot like this, the Taz Workhorse. We purchased our printer, gosh, it must have been 5 years ago at this point, and we've been using it ever since. And it's just taking regular maintenance to get it up and going. But this is pretty much equivalent to what we have. It's a pretty large format printer. It can do a wide variety of materials. However, we just stick with PLA, which is a plastic filament derived from plants. It prints at a lower temperature. It's really not toxic. It doesn't give off a bad aroma. Really fun to use, really easy to use. So the Taz Workhorse is very similar in looks to ours. You've got what is supposed to be for a spool of filament right here, as well as the extruder right here, and a little interface right here. Ignore this is a little add-on, but definitely something to look at. All right, so that's the one we're working with. Now, Lulzbot actually works with the software called Cura. Cura is the recommended software that they have. The Lulzbot can actually work with a variety of software, but Cura is the one that they recommend, and it's the one that we've been using. It is free, and basically what Cura does, it is a slicing program, and it takes your design that you import as a variety of files, but typically it's an STL file, and then it slices it to basically translate it for the 3D printer to make it. So we're going to take a look at that as well. I'm going to download something and we're going to see that. But easiest thing to do is just kind of go through this. You can kind of ignore these. Really, all you need to do is pick your operating system right down here if you want to download it on your computer. For me, I'm working on a Windows machine, so I used Windows, and I clicked that, ran the installer, and now I have Cura installed. It's this little C right here, and we're going to take a look at that in a moment, but not quite yet. So before we go on, I'm going to show you Thingiverse.com. Thingiverse is an area that it's a community-run website that essentially where anybody can upload designs of what they've made. You can see these are the things that were popular in the last 30 days. An Iron Man mask, these 4 elements, this universal power strip mount, really neat. What I've selected out is this rain collector. So it's a 3D printed rain collector. This is going to be the design. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to download this file. You don't have to make an account or anything. I believe you have to make an account to upload something. But this is all you need to, you don't even need to have an account to download anything. Click on Think Files. And they got a bunch of different options. Maybe you have to put some of it together, which is fine. I'm just going to download this one, the Rain Collector Hose Connector. Now what that did is this is an STL file. So we're going to open that up in Cura, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. The first time you actually set up Cura, it's going to have you select which printer you have. If you're going to be printing primarily with us, the easiest thing to do is choose the Lulzbot TAS5, which is our model, and the single extruder. And then it has the graphical LCD, so you can't change that. And all I'm going to do is click Add Printer. Now, this custom FDM printer was a thing that I was messing with. It switched over to the TAS5. This is all correct, so we can just hit Finish. And then, similar to what it looked like back in Tinkercad, we can see this 3D plane has appeared. So the 3D plane is going to be really common in a lot of software when it comes to 3D design, because that's the way it's kind of looking at. This is supposed to represent about a square foot, and that's about what we can print, give or take. We have the actual dimensions up on our website on the Makery page, and we'll be covering that at the end. But for right now, I'm just going to open up the file, and there we go. Oh, so this looks like it's just one component. Got it right there. Now the yellow is just showing as like an example because it's easy to kind of tell. A couple things to note. It gives us the size right here, 29 by 29 by 35 millimeters. I can change that to inches if I want to, but I'm going to leave it millimeters for right now. You can make this from here. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. You can do anything. It's going to keep it uniform by default, and I would recommend that too. But for right now, I'm just going to keep it the way it is. This one was designed to fit with a hose, so nothing. You don't want to make it too much bigger, or else it won't fit on a standard garden hose. We look right here. We're going to see it's a 42-minute estimate right now, and 6 grams of filament. We at the library charge 10 cents a gram for printing, and the prints need to be at or under 6 hours total. Just make sure we can print it off in one full day. This being 42 minutes and 6 grams works perfect. This would be a 60-cent print. Now these kind of settings you don't necessarily have to worry about. These would be the things that we're working on, and actually the menus that we work with are over here. But if you want, you can always dig through this. You can see, you can get very fine details in Cura. When you're ready, the best thing to use Cura for is actually to estimate how much your print is going to cost and how long it's going to take before you even send it to us. That's where you want these numbers. We are actually dealing with the settings because we're actually the ones printing off everything in-house. So as we can see right there, not much more we need to do. You don't need to send us the file that Cura generates. You just need to send us the STL file, the one back on here. Tinkercad will output an STL file. A variety of other CAD programs will output an STL file. So it's a really standard one. It's just the one that we ask for. You can email those files. They're very small, or you can bring them to us in a flash drive. Finally, we're going to take a look at the Makery page. The Makery page is our Makerspace page at the Westmont Public Library. So we have all of our Maker resources located on this page through this page. And we have a variety of stuff on there. Unfortunately, we don't have Makery lab hours right now due to the current pandemic. But maybe you're listening to this in the future and we're not in the pandemic. In that case, we probably do have Makery open hours. But under our tools section, we have a whole page dedicated to the 3D printer. And this is where we go in a little bit more depth to kind of see how things work. We have a lot of things linked here. We have a lot of examples. We have the requirements that needs to be. We got the 6-hour one. There's a user agreement as well for using it. Really all that is just saying that you are agreeing to the bill, or to get billed essentially for the printing. Like I said, it's 10 cents a gram. And we always confirm that with you beforehand. So when you send us the file, we will actually take the file, examine it, make sure it looks good, and then send it back to you and say, hey, it's going to cost this much. Let us know if that's okay. And then you give us the thumbs up or thumbs down, and then we proceed. Really easy to do. There's a Google form on here. There's in person. You can submit them by email. We've got all the colors. Where are the colors? Well, the colors aren't linked right now, which is fine. But we've got a wide variety of colors. Not a big deal. That kind of crashed and burned a little bit. That's okay. Variety of colors you can choose from as well. Just contact us to see if you want. But we got the really basic ones like white, black, and blue, yellow, red. We've also got green, a couple of shades of green actually, a couple shades of blue, purple, glow in the dark, all those kind of stuff that we've got. So just give us a contact if you have any questions. The best thing to do, there's a little click here, but the email address to email the Makery staff is makery, Makery, at westmontlibrary.org. That's the best way to communicate with us, get things to us. For right now, that really wraps it up for the 3D printing basics. I hope to see you in the library now that we're open for limited services. We have been printing off things for various patrons as they come in. It's a really fun way to get started. There's a ton of different tutorials out there that go way in depth, and it's really a great combination of computer skill and art, and it's really a way to kind of like just ease your way into it. So I hope I see you trying it out. Hopefully you take this initiative and you submit some files for printing, and we'll see you in the library. All right, everybody. Have a great day.